So then I said to her, watch, I can eat the entire thing in one bite. Ready? Oh, hey guys, welcome back to another beer review. Today we've got something special for you. Oh man, you guys are really gonna like this beer. Who wants to get stoned? Wait, what? No, this is just a napkin, guys. Nothing in there. But what I meant was, who wants to get stoned? Now this is Stone Go-To IPA, a vibrant hop bursted session IPA. Now, it has an entire story on the back side. So if you guys want to read the story, feel free to on your own time. But this is my show, and we're not going to waste time screwing around with that stuff. Now, with that said, we've got another beer for us. And yes, guys, it is an IPA. And if you haven't been able to tell by the first two videos in this video here, IPAs are definitely one of my favorite types of beer. Now, that doesn't mean that's all that's going to be on this channel. And I promise probably the next video or two, or one, maybe one, will be something different. Maybe, I don't know, maybe an amber, maybe a wheat beer, maybe a stout. Stouts are a bit dark, but you know what? They're still delicious in their own right. But we've got another IPA by Stone. Kind of like the artwork on there, too. Kind of a cool bottle. But it's just a IPA. This is 4.5% alcohol, so about the same as your average Bud Light, for those of you guys not keeping track. I think Bud Light's around 4.5%, 4.2, 4.5, something like that. Not really exactly sure, but it doesn't really matter. Who cares? It's beer. If it's beer and it's in the glass in front of you and it's your beer, go ahead and drink it. If it's someone else's beer and they're not really here to drink it, go ahead and take this couple sips. Hell, if they've been drinking a long time, you could drink the whole thing and tell them, hey, before you went to the bathroom, you drank the whole beer. That's why you had to go to the bathroom in the first place. And you got a whole beer to yourself extra, so it's kind of like bonus beer. Everybody likes a good bonus beer every once in a while. But with all the bullshit aside, guys, let's go ahead and get into this beer review. We've got our nice frosted glass, as frosted as it can get. Every time I try this, the damn glass melts before I actually get up and going. But it doesn't matter. Who cares? We're here to have fun and drink beer! Let's go ahead and do this. So, we've got our nice, trusty beer glass here. And I know a couple guys in the last video were saying, hey, you know, that's the wrong type of glass for those types of beers. You need to use the little rounded brandy sniffer glass style sort of thing. And I'm like, no, I'm good. If the beer fits in a glass, drink it. It's kind of like if the shoe fits, wear it. If the beer fits, drink it. There's no wrong way to drink a beer, and if you get that technical with it, then obviously you guys are missing the point of this video. I am not an expert on beers or anything like that or anything else on this channel. I am just an average guy. That's why it's called the Average Guy channel. Because I'm an average guy who just likes to drink beer, just like all of you guys watching. And let's go ahead and get started with this here, shall we? Let's do it. As always, guys, you know, it wouldn't be one of my videos if I wasn't opening it with the old trusty pocket knife. So, let's take the beer. That's a ring, by the way. That's the glass just doesn't ding on its own. It'd be kind of cool. I'm cheersing with a ghost. Hello, ghost! Okay, enough with the weird bullshit. Let's open this thing up. Can we do it in one shot, guys? I don't think we can. This looks like it's going to be a bit tricky. Let's... Yep. Did it in like 1.5. It kind of popped off. Had to finish it there. And actually, look at this, guys. They've got a Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and... Oh, God, my social skills are lacking, but they've got it underneath the bottle cap there. I think it's, Instagram, maybe? What's the photo? I'm going to get so much crap. I can see it right now. You guys are in the comments typing, you idiot, the little camera icon is blank. Because I don't know, and I don't really care. Again, not an expert. Let's take our trusty once frosted glass and go ahead and pour the beer into it right there for you guys. And, you know, it's actually coming out, wow, this is impressive. It's actually coming out a lot clearer than the last IPA that we drank, which was the White IPA by Blue Moon. Now, you can see the color of that thing. That is a very light beer, very clear, a lot clearer than that last one that we had. And the bubbles are about the same size as the one from the White IPA. Kind of sticks to the side a little bit, but it washes right down. I'd say it sticks less than the White IPA even stuck to the side of the glass. So, it's so far, guys, isn't looking very good compared to the last two that we had. But, you know what? You can't judge a book by its cover. That's what they always say about beer, right? No? That's what they say about stories? Damn, I always get this stuff wrong. That sucks. Anyways, let's go ahead and give this a nice little sniff test. Okay, so this beer here, actually doing the sniff test, has a very unique smell to it. I don't know how to classify that. You can definitely smell some of the bitterness to it, although it's very faint, like kind of like the last beer, kind of like the white IPA. It's very faint, but it does have a very unique smell to it. It's not like the white IPA where it had really nothing. This one definitely has, I almost want to call it like kind of like a metallic sort of smell. It's I guess that's the best way to describe it. Kind of like a metallic little, a sharp metallic, kind of like a hoppy metallic sort of smell. So I guess that's the best way to describe it. And the same thing with this beer here. You see the head kind of disappeared. I think it was up to here, somewhere around there originally. And it's already kind of gone pretty much down, which I think the beer professionals would say, that's not a quality beer if it doesn't remain full of head the entire time. Like, I don't know what the hell they'd actually say. I'm not a beer professional, which is why you guys watch me and why you like me so much. So let's go ahead and give this thing a little sip just to see what it actually tastes like. I'm not really sure what to expect. If I smelled this, I would say I don't really know if I want to taste that because it's kind of got like a weird smell to it. But luckily I've tried this one before and I know it's a pretty good beer. So let's just go ahead and give it a nice little taste here. All right. It's definitely got flavor to it. The metallic-y smell, like that, it's not metal, obviously, but it's got a unique smell to it that's kind of metallic-y. And that flavor definitely picks up in the taste of the beer. Now, like I said, if you pictured a metallic smell and kind of tasted it, it's got that, but it's also got the hops. So it basically tastes exactly like it smells. Now, a little nerd lecture here for you guys. I'm not really a lecturer because I'm not the lecturing type. But if you don't know, a lot of what we taste is through our nose, which sounds ridiculous. But if you've ever eaten something and you didn't like it and you've ever held your nose while you do it, it tastes better because you're not actually fully tasting it. Now, obviously, we have taste buds that taste different flavor profiles, but our nose has a lot to do with how things taste. So when you smell something, you're essentially tasting it because when you eat stuff, it gets into your nasal cavities and you smell it, and everything combined with each other forms what we call a taste. And when you plug your nose, you lack a lot of that. So your tongue can pick up the basic sensations, but your nose kind of picks up the rest. Now, again, guys, don't spam the comments with like, you idiot, that's not how it works at all. I am going to sue you because I don't know why the hell I'm suing you. It's America, damn it. But whatever, guys, let's go ahead and take another sip and see if we can pull anything else out of this thing. Now, I kind of chewed it up there a little bit more. And as it sat in my mouth, at first it had that little metallic-y smell. But at the end, it really did start pulling in more of that hoppy aroma, hoppy flavor. I guess kind of like the taste that you would associate with an IPA. That real bitter flavor, which is what makes an IPA an IPA. Now, with that said, I would definitely compare this with the last beer that we drank, which was the white IPA. And not saying it's bad at all. Guys, like I said, every IPA, every single one that you try, if you got a flight of 15 different IPAs, they're probably all going to taste different. Different levels of sweetness, different levels of bitterness, and so on. So, I'm never going to say something's bad, and this is not bad at all. So don't pretend like I'm implying that a beer is bad. Now, compared to a really strong IPA, this one is kind of lacking, which we kind of can tell up front from the color. Again, it's got that lighter color to it, which IPAs are typically lighter. They're not going to be as dark as some of the ambers and some of the dark beers, but typically they've got more of a brownish, orangish color like that, rather than just a straight kind of yellow like this. So this, to me, almost says it's a different type of beer that they just added a lot more hops to kind of see what they got out of it. But it's still a good IPA. Again, it's not super strong. It's nowhere near like a double or triple IPA, but it's got some decent flavor to it. And like I said, the smell to it is actually a lot stronger than the white IPA. It definitely has a lot stronger of a flavor. Now, I don't remember what the exact alcohol percent was on that last one, or any of them really. I don't really care. The only time I care about alcohol percentages is when I'm trying to get drunk, and who wants to do that because hangovers suck. Oh god, hangovers suck. Which is why I've got a AKA generic meat stick here, which I'm going to eat at the end because meat sticks are awesome. Who am I kidding? You guys know exactly what this thing is. And just so everyone is clear, I've had a few comments from people saying like, oh, you're sponsored by these beer companies. Of course you're going to say nice things about them. And I'm not. I am not receiving any types of anything from any of these companies. And, you know, if they called me, I'm not going to lie, if they called me up and said like, hey, would you do a review of some of our beer for money? I'd be like, no, I will do it for the beer. You send me the beer, that's it, because I love beer. But anyways, guys, so yeah, I'm not getting anything from this other than the fact that I get to share my experiences with you. And let's get back to the beer tasting. So let's do one final taste test, see if we can pull any other flavors out of there. I'm really going to let it sit for a little bit, see if there's any other profiles we can get, and let's see how this goes. It's very crisp, refreshing. It has that unique flavor to it that I did not experience in the previous two beers. And overall, it's very good. It's actually not very sharp, I guess. It doesn't burn your mouth. It doesn't burn your throat. So I'm thinking when it comes down to the last part, which is obviously the chug test for you guys who have been watching me from the beginning, you're going to notice that it probably will go down a lot easier than the second beer, which was just like freaking fire. That stuff burned. So let's go ahead and get into the final test. No more wasting time or anything like that. Let's go ahead and drink this thing and perform the chug test and see how this thing goes. And I know a lot of you guys have not been enjoying the fact that I've been chugging these beers, but you know what? I could sit around and enjoy the beer myself, but you know what? A lot of people do ask, if you're going to get drunk, is that something you could chug? Now, there are a lot of beers that are painful to chug. I'm not going to lie. I've tried it with a lot of different beers, and typically even things like Bud Light that are just water, pretty much. Fizzy water with a little bit of flavor and alcohol injected in. Still go down pretty harsh because of the carbonation. It kind of burns your throat. But this one I can kind of tell it's going to go down a little easier. So let's go ahead and find out. All right. Well, that was interesting. Because as I was chugging it, it started off very smooth. I would almost compare it to a nitrogen draft beer. But the interesting part is at the end, it slowly started building up to this really, really painful burn in the back of my throat, which is commonly associated with carbonation. So, I almost was about to finish that saying, as I was drinking, I'm like, this is really, really smooth. This is something that you could almost chug, almost like a nitrogen draft beer. But in fact, towards the end, it started burning pretty bad. So if it was full, it probably would have been a lot different. So on the chuggability scale, something I haven't done so far, which I probably should have done in the previous videos, was give a chuggability scale rating. The first beer I ever did was probably a chuggability of about a 3 to a 4. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the best thing I've ever chugged. It did have some burn to it, but it was actually overall pretty smooth. The second one I did was probably about a 7 or 8. It burned pretty bad going down, if not even a 9. It wasn't terrible, but it did burn pretty bad. This one here started off at about like a 3 or a 4, and then towards the end was probably about a 7 or an 8. So, chuggability, again, guys, with craft brew, you're really not meant to chug this stuff. I mean, one, the price of this stuff kind of prohibits it. I mean, realistically, it's not super expensive, but $1 a bottle compared to like 30 or 40 cents a can, pretty big difference there. That and the fact that some of these things do burn pretty bad will definitely add to that as well. But that's for you to decide as well. Like I said, I'm no expert. I'm going off the fact that I feel what I feel, I smell what I smell, I taste what I taste. And I hope you guys are still liking that. So far, you guys have given me a ton of support on this channel. And realistically, I love you guys. And realistically, I have nothing else to say other than thank you guys so much again for the support, even though I just said that. But, I love doing this kind of stuff, so if you guys want to keep seeing it, please do me a huge favor. Hit that like button right down below. It should be right over there somewhere as always. If not, it should pop up right now. Now, click it. Click it. Have you clicked it yet? Okay, never mind. I think you've drank too much beer to click the button, but maybe tomorrow, write on a little note, click the like button. And you'll know what it means when you wake up. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the support. And don't forget to leave your comments in the comments below with what your favorite beer is and what types of beer you think I should try next. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome. See you next time.